Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Toni and I'm a homeschooling mom to 4 kids. And I'm going to be sharing today all about me. Now, I don't know if you find that interesting or not, but I put out there on Instagram and on my YouTube community to ask you guys to throw out questions that you guys want to know about me. And I got a bunch of really cool questions. So today is just going to be a sit down Q&A with me. And hopefully you guys will find out a little bit more about me, and hopefully you'll like me enough to still want to stay once you find out some of these things about me. So I'll be answering all the questions that you guys threw out there, and I'm really excited. I've never done this before on my channel. So if you guys want to get to know a little bit more about Toni and who I am, then you better stay tuned. Let's go. The first thing I'm going to tell you about me is one thing that I love to do for me. And as a mom, we've all got to have that one thing that we do for us that's like kind of our escape, or like just something that makes us feel good about us. And one thing I like to do is to do my nails. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. And this is not something that I used to do before I started YouTube. I may have told the story on a video before, but when I first started YouTube, I didn't do my nails. I've never done nails. As like a mom of 4 kids who always was doing the dishes and, you know, washing my hands after cleaning diapers and all this stuff for the last 13 years, I never did my nails. I always painted my girls' nails, but I was like, it always came off. So I didn't do that. Anyway, my girls always wanted me to do it. And then when I started doing YouTube, I was doing a flip through of a curriculum, and I showed my daughter, because in the beginning I would have them watch my videos and be like, how was this? And so I was showing my daughter my video, and she was like, Mom, it was really good, but your nails look really bad and your hands are really dry. And I was like, oh. Okay. I never even noticed it, and I hadn't really thought about it. And then I was like, oh, I guess I need to have pretty nails for YouTube. So anyway, I started painting my nails, and now I love painting my nails. And that's just, it's weird for it to be, I have gone a couple days without nail polish, and it's really weird because I was going to paint my nails while I'm doing this Q&A. So I hope you guys think that's fun. I thought we'd do a little like spa thing here together. So if you don't need to really stare at my face because we're just sitting here chatting, but if you want to do your nails, go get some nail polish and sit down and do your nails with me. I thought that'd be fun. So anyway, I am going to do gel nails. Now my, I'm only talking about this for a minute. The rest of the stuff will be about homeschooling, trust me. But my daughter recently got me into gel nails, and that is the way to go if you are a mom who has a house to take care of, because regular nail polish peels off, you know, really easily, and then it's frustrating because you spend all this time painting your nails, and then like you sit there and lay there. Like I would paint mine at night, and I'd lay there in bed for like an hour and don't move, and then when I wake up in the morning I still have smudges or it peels off or whatever. Super annoying. So my daughter got me into gel nails, and it's actually pretty awesome because it stays on really well. So I have a little kit that I'm going to be using today for you guys. It's called Madam Glam New York, and I'm really excited because I have never used them before. So they actually sent me this cute little kit that's got it's got 3 different colors in it, and it's got the base coat and the top coat, and I have a little tiny lamp that I'm going to try out, and if we like it, I've got a 30% off coupon for you guys. So if you guys like to do gel nails, and if you haven't done it before, you've got to try it. You can order some nail polish for yourself and get 30% off. So I'll link all this stuff in the description box below in case you guys want to check that out. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm doing some fall colors. So I think I'm going to do, I had 3 different colors, but I think I'm going to choose these 2. So we'll see how they look. These were funny because they were, 2 of the ones that I got were called Friends. They were like Friends themed. So this one is called Hi, I'm Chandler. Can you see that? Hi, I'm Chandler. And it's like a reddish brown. It's a brown, but it's got a little bit of a red. This one is called The Loop. This is like a gray. I don't know if you can really see it here. And then this one is called Spice Cider. So I think I'm going to combine these 2, the brown and like the orangey, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to answer questions now. I just thought I would do my nails with you guys because, I don't know, I thought it'd be fun instead of just sitting here just, you know, staring at my face. Let's get on to the questions. One thing I did learn though about nails is you should not get it on the outside, because then you feel like you're being burned to death when you put it in this little lamp thing, and then it like burns your skin. So be careful. I did that the first time. Okay, so let's go with the first question. So question number 1, what are your favorite and least favorite subjects to teach as a homeschool mom? This is a very good question because we probably all have subjects that we love to teach and we hate to teach. It's probably obvious to you guys what my least favorite is. What do you guys think? You want to guess? It's math. And it's gotten better. I really don't mind teaching it because we're using Christian Light education, and it's very, very easily explained in the curriculum. So I can kind of teach it like I know what I'm talking about. But with my oldest daughter, it's getting to where, you know, it's hard sometimes when it's stuff that either I don't remember how to do, or I just never really got, or I don't know, just different. Sometimes some of the things that they learn nowadays are different than the way we learned them. So math can be frustrating. That's why YouTube is awesome, because I do use YouTube. So if it's like, okay, I don't know how to multiply fractions, let's pull it up on YouTube, and we'll pull it up on YouTube and watch a video on it, and then we go from there. So, all right, let me see how this works. I got my base coat on. My nails are really short. They usually are pretty short. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, so that's my least favorite, would be math. My favorite subject to teach, I would say, my kids are outside and just waved to me. My favorite subject to teach would probably be reading. Now, reading can be really frustrating to teach when they're not getting it, but once they get it, it is probably the most rewarding subject to teach. So I would say I love reading, love teaching reading. And then morning basket time. I don't know if that's really like a subject. I love doing morning basket time because, especially now that so in case you're new here, my kids are 1st grade, 4th grade, 6th grade, and 8th grade. So especially my big kids are getting older. It's really, I'm really appreciating and treasuring that time that we do stuff together. So like we do Bible time together in the morning. Some of the girls do a little bit of individual Bible time, but every couple days we do Bible together, like a devotional together. We do Bible verses together. We do geography together. This year we're doing a big geography study. We're learning about other countries, and then we're praying for those countries. It's just a special time. So I just love our morning basket time. We do games in the morning, so it's stuff like that I really feel like it's a good kickoff and a good start to our day, and I'm just loving it. It's not drying. Okay, I'm switching to this bigger lamp because I don't think this little guy is really doing me justice. It's not drying quick enough, so I'm going to switch to this. My daughter got this lamp at the thrift store for I think $3 maybe. So she's really excited. Okay, so that's my favorite and least favorite subjects to teach. The next question is, do you have a favorite vacation destination? And we have been a family that really, up until a couple years ago, have made it a priority to go on a vacation every single year, which I love because I grew up in a family who did not do vacation. We just never had enough money, and so we never did vacations. But we have always done vacations. So we've done quite a few different places. So as a family, I would say Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is our absolute favorite. We've done it twice, and it was just so fun. And just the beach, you can't beat the beach. I would be fine just going to the beach every single day and not doing any of the like local attractions and all that stuff. Now they have a lot of really fun stuff to do there in Myrtle Beach. Like this thing we call the Upside Down House, which I can't think of what it's called. Ripley's, is it Ripley's Believe It or Not, maybe? We call it the Upside Down House because it's actually like an upside down house. But they had that. They had like, I don't know. There's so many cool attractions. We did the aquarium they had down there. So there's all kinds of fun stuff. But just the beach alone was, you can't beat that. And I could just sit there at the beach all day long. And my kids loved it. Oh my goodness. It's just, when you don't live near the beach, being able to go see the beach and see the endless just waves come in. I don't know. It's awesome. I love it. Love Myrtle Beach. Okay, let me set this little timer. Okay. So the next question is, which season is your favorite? And I would definitely say fall. Love fall for 2 reasons. I mean, there's other reasons, like the leaves are beautiful, stuff like that. But the 2 reasons are boots, because I love wearing boots, and sweatshirts, because I love sweatshirts. So yeah, those are my 2 reasons. But I love the fall. I mean, we live in a beautiful area near Amish country, and the leaves are changing, and it's just beautiful. And I love the cool weather, and it's wonderful. Yeah, fall is my favorite. I am not a pumpkin spice anything person. I actually don't even like pumpkin, and I don't drink coffee, in case you didn't know that about me. But I still love fall. I know that's like a lot of people's favorite things, but that's not my reason. Okay, so the next question is, what's the best and worst deal you've made thrifting, which is a really good idea. So I was trying to think. I think the best deal I've made thrifting is this chalkboard here. Let me see. Let me turn my, see that guy? I got that for, woo! Hold on a second. Uh-oh. Hold on. Now my nails are not done and my tripod thing is falling. Okay. Yeah, so I love that chalkboard. That was a $10 thrift store find, and it's like full slate, like super awesome chalkboard. I love that. So that was an amazing find. What else? Oh, so our kitchen table, we have a round kitchen table. I've always wanted a round kitchen table, and it's hard to find one for 6 people. Like, I kept finding them for like 4. Now, you could probably go to a store and pay, you know, thousands of dollars and find one, but at a thrift store, it was really hard to find one that had more than 4 chairs. And I finally found one, I think it was last year, for $100. And it's just a wooden round table with 6 chairs, and I love it. It's not like, once we had it at home for a little while, we realized it was a little bit warped, but it's still great. And I just love the feel of sitting around the round table. There's no like head of the table, there's no foot of the table, and it's just, I don't know. I love round tables. I think they're wonderful. So I love that for our family. That's been really cool. Oh, those were my 2 like best finds, thrift store finds. Now, my worst, I'm gonna go grab it. Okay, so the worst deal that I've ever found thrifting, I still love it. It's one of my favorite things, but it was not a good deal at all. It was terrible. So this pot, which is just, I just love it. It's so beautiful. It's actually, it had a Hobby Lobby sticker on the bottom for $49.99. So I paid $26 for this, which is crazy. And I saw it and I'm like, that's crazy. But I loved it so much and I just wanted it in my house. And I still love it. Every time I see it, I just keep it on the fireplace. I've had it in the kitchen and I love it, even though it was not a good deal at all. But sometimes you just find something that sticks out to you and you need it. So the next question is, what are some of your family's favorite games to play or activities to do when you're having a difficult homeschool day and you decide to just take it easy instead? I think that's a really good question. So I would say one of our favorite games to play is Dutch Blitz, which is just a card game, and it's super fun and fast-paced. We love to play it with friends too. It's just really fun. So that would be like one of our favorite games. We also love spoons, that you play with just cards and spoons, or we even played it. We played it in a hotel room when we didn't have enough spoons, but we had cards and we used mints. We had like little mints in somebody's pocket and we played it and it was really fun. So you play spoons with anything. And then another strange game that we play as a family is called the fan game. If you guys saw our New Year's Eve video, I will link that above if you didn't see that. And you might not want to watch it right now because it's not New Year's Eve. But I explained the fan game and I've probably talked about it in other stuff before, maybe. We do the fan game for everything. That is how we make decisions in our family. So if we're having a rough day and we're like, we need to eat out, or we need an activity to do, or we're not sure what we want to do, we will play the fan game. And what we do, we have a fan in the living room, like a ceiling fan, and everybody gets to write down on a piece of paper what they want to do. So what game they want to play, where they want to eat out. A lot of times if we're going to eat out, that's what we do. So we'll write down, everybody gets a say, everyone gets a choice. They write it down on a piece of paper and then we put it on the fan blades, and then someone starts the fan, and then whoever the designated person is, they get a box or something and they run around and they try to catch a paper, and whichever paper they catch, then that is what we do that night. So if it's like we eat out and I wrote down Chinese food, which is what I would write down because that's my favorite, and someone catches Chinese food, then that's what we get for dinner. So yeah, it's really fun. So that is a fun game that we play. Also, now if we were having like a really rough day and we just couldn't do school, or if we weren't feeling good or whatever it is, we would lean towards, I think, a readathon, which we did recently. And I think we would lean towards a readathon, or or a movie. Like sometimes if we just need to check out or if it's been a really hard week or something, we'll do a movie, which usually includes popcorn and candy and fun stuff like that. And our readathon included popcorn and candy. A lot of times that's something that I'll do with my girls. And because my son isn't, you know, I hope he'll be excited about it once he gets reading chapter books and stuff, but he's not going to sit down and read for hours and hours. But that's something that we do. I love doing stuff like that we're still learning, we're still having fun. It encourages them to read, but when I'm doing it with them, and it gives me an excuse to stop, you know, there's always something else you can do. It gives me an excuse to stop and read. So anyway, I think that's what we would lean towards, would be doing a readathon if we had a rough day. I actually considered it today because it was just, it was a crazy day. I don't know. We haven't been feeling great. And then we had to go run an errand because somebody at our inn broke the coffee pot. So we had to go buy a coffee pot. And when we got back, the girls were like, do we have to do school? And I was like, we should just sit and read. And just, anyway, we did school because we had to. But that's what I would do if I was like, we're going to stop. So here's another one. Well, this is a good question. Do you follow anyone on YouTube for inspiration or tips? I love this question. Now, I might surprise you guys because you're probably going to assume, maybe you won't, but you might assume that most of the people that I thought of would be homeschooling moms. And I have a lot of homeschooling friends on YouTube that I would pick to watch if I needed some homeschooling inspiration. But a lot of times when I go to YouTube, it's for inspiration about other stuff in life. So the first one I thought of was the Minimal Mom. I actually just watched one of her videos this morning. I just love her, and I'm always trying to practice that in my life and try to, like, I'm not a minimalist at all, but to try to just put some of that even in my closet. She had a video today that was about like doing minimal with your closet and stuff. And I'm like, I have so many clothes in my closet that I don't want to wear. And that when I go in there, it looks like I have a lot of clothes, but really I wear the same few things over and over again because I don't like half the stuff in my closet or it doesn't fit or whatever. So she's always really inspirational about all kinds of stuff. There's another one that's kind of new that I thought of, or new to me. I mean, she's been on YouTube, I think, for quite a while. If you're a Christian, I love her channel. It's called How to Faith a Life. Her name is Faith, and she is a major Bible journaler. So I have watched her videos for inspiration on Bible journaling because I love to Bible journal, and I love to just, I don't know, I love that idea. I definitely don't have a Bible anywhere near what hers is like, but she always gets me excited about digging deep into the Bible. If I'm ever having like a slump, you know, where I'm not reading the Bible as much as I should, whenever I watch her videos, I always feel inspired to read my Bible more and really dig into the Word. She's really awesome and encouraging. Another one I thought of was, her name is the Cottage Fairy. And this is one that's just, I think when I go to YouTube, I like to watch people that are very different from me and have a different life from me. She is so soft-spoken, which is very different from me, but she's very soft-spoken. She like lives out in the middle of, I mean, she lives in like a cottage. She lives out in the middle of nowhere and, you know, makes things like bread from scratch and makes, I don't know, I feel like she talks to chipmunks and stuff. I don't know. She's very, very inspirational to just slow down. And that's why I like her channel. She's really great. She has a lot of followers too. She's pretty popular. So those are ones that I go to, like when I just want to be inspired, not necessarily to do something like dramatic in my life, but just to change a little bit. And those are the people that I go to. This is pretty. I like this. Okay, so now let's see. The next question is, how do you balance the quantity of schoolwork in the early elementary years with exploring other activities? And I definitely would say I feel like I did do a good job at that when my oldest is in 8th grade. So this is really our first year. All 3 of my girls are playing soccer. So this is our first year really doing like an organized sport. And it's very time consuming. It's great. It's frustrating that apparently all these kids started playing soccer like right out of the womb, you know, as soon as they started crawling or something. So my daughter kind of has the disadvantage starting in 8th grade, kind of a bummer. But would I go back and have the stressful soccer every night, every Saturday doing games? for their younger years, no, I'm glad we didn't do that. So my girls are all, progressing. And if they're going to be a soccer star, they're going to be a soccer star, whether they start at 6 months or whether they start when they're in, 6th or 8th grade. But this has been our first year doing that, and we intentionally held off on packing our schedule like that so that we could really enjoy their younger years. So I'm glad we did that. But when they were younger, I feel like a good balance of, we made sure we did our school, but it wasn't like the end of the world to only do 4 days a week. So a lot of times we usually did 4 days a week of school, and we did co-op on Tuesdays. And that was a priority, and I think that was really good. This is our first year not doing a co-op. And I'm glad we're not, just because of our life situation right now. It was too much. But all the other years, we did do a co-op, and it was so good. It was good, I don't know. If you're not in a co-op, I think you should try it at least 1 year, because it has been really good for the times that we were a part of a co-op. I loved it. It was cool because they learn things from other moms, like my kids were able to do art, or one of them did a writing class, like things that they're exposed to, things that maybe I can't teach them. I mean, I could kind of teach them. I feel like I could teach them pretty much anything, because I could learn it and I could teach it to them, but them learning it from kind of an expert is different. So I think that's been really good. So we always made a priority for co-op. Church was always a priority. So we do Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday night church. So that's always a priority. And doing things we have a lot of homeschoolers at our church. So we do things with our homeschool friends, parties, not a lot of them, but like Valentine's party with them and things. So they're not completely missing out by being homeschooled, they get to do that fun stuff. And then we did piano lessons for quite a few years. I wish I'd stuck with it more, but I didn't. They lost interest and I kind of gave up. So that's really all we've done, but I tried to make sure that when there was an interest, we did it. They did do swimming lessons for a couple years. So that was kind of the sport that we did, but it was, swimming lessons. We didn't do competitive swimming or anything like that. They did gymnastics for a couple years. So we've tried to feed the interest when it's there, but we haven't made it a priority where it rules our whole life, if that makes sense. So I guess we've just tried to have a good balance with that. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's see what's next. Ow! See, I think I got it on my finger. How do you choose which activities? Now this kind of relates to that question. How do you choose which activities outside the home to invest time and money in? And I would say it depends on their age. It definitely depends. I think when they're in first grade, I don't think your life needs to revolve around certain things unless your goal is for your kid to get into the Olympics or something. I think sometimes we get the wrong priority and it takes away from the family dinners. We've done a family dinner every single night since my kids were little. They know that's what we do. It's never been like eating on the run every night, stuff like that. So I think it just depends on the age your kids are in. Once they get older, I think that changes. How did I decide to homeschool? That's a good question. I was not a homeschooler. I went to public school and I thought homeschoolers were weird. Sorry guys. I really thought they were weird. And I was like, I would never, ever homeschool. Don't say never. Never tell God never. So I said I would never homeschool. When my daughter was in preschool, I was in this mom's group and these moms were all like, all of a sudden all their kids were signed up for preschool. And I was like, oh, I guess I need to sign her up for preschool. She was like 4, I think. And all the others had either already gone to preschool at 3 or they were definitely going at 4. Felt like I was like, I was like the loser. I needed to go send her to school. So we went and we visited this local Christian school that had a preschool, and it was nice. We visited the classrooms and it looked fun and stuff. But I was like, once I saw the price tag and realized, we're gonna pay, I don't remember how much it was, $1,000, more than $1,000 maybe, for my daughter to go learn her ABCs. Basically, is when I was like, I can do this. Why can't I teach her that? I was actually a teacher. I taught 1st and 2nd grade before I got married. So I definitely could teach her ABCs, And so I thought that's kind of how it started. It was like, this is kind of crazy, the money. I don't think it's necessary. So that's how we started. Still wasn't thinking I would be like this homeschooler for the rest of my life. It was just that year. But then God laid it on my heart and I felt like I was being called now to homeschool. And the funny thing is, once I felt that, I was like totally sure that's what God wants me to do, is to homeschool my kids. And my husband was not on board. He was a Christian school kid. He also said no way would he ever homeschool because the homeschoolers were weirdos. And sorry again. We just, at the time, they were like, I don't know, they all wore matching dresses and they, stood in a straight line at church. And I don't know, we had this very skewed idea of homeschoolers, and it's evolved quite a bit. It's changed from what it was when we were kids, but he was not on board. And I talked to my sister-in-law because they went through the same thing. My brother had said they would never homeschool. She felt like she was supposed to do it. And my brother wasn't on board, and I'm like, how'd you get him to change his mind? She's like, I just prayed for him for a year. For a whole year, I was homeschooling as like a trial thing, and I just prayed, and God changed his heart. So I was like, okay, so that's what I did. So I really prayed that first year that we homeschooled, and I didn't think, I don't know, I just prayed that God would change his heart, and he did. I wouldn't say he has the calling like I do, but he has always been supportive of us homeschooling, and I just feel like it's something I'm supposed to do. And when people ask like, oh, are you going to homeschool, in high school? Are you going to homeschool? Is it just for this year? No, I mean, unless God changes my heart and changes my calling, I feel like I'm supposed to be homeschooling my kids. So it was neat because I always said, no way. And then God said, yeah, you are. So, and I love it. And it's hard and it's wonderful at the same time. Okay, next thing. What is your favorite thing to thrift? I would say clothes. I love thrifting clothes. I love finding good deals. And I don't like to pay for clothes at the store for full price, at like a real store. The price tags drive me crazy, but I love it when somebody else pays full price and then I get a really good deal. So I'd say clothes, and then I would say home decor. I love like little signs for my house or just little decorations and things. I love getting good deals. Home decor and clothes, definitely, for sure. How many years have you been married? I've been married for 17 years to the same husband. Yes. So I won't bore you with our love story because that wasn't asked, but yeah, 17 years ago, and we met kind of like a blind setup. It was, I would say, love at first sight, and we had a super pretty easy marriage for 15 years, and then leading into the next question, then my husband ended up getting COVID 2 years ago in 2019, and he is a long hauler. If you don't know what a long hauler is, somebody with like major health issues because of COVID. The next question is, how is your husband? Didn't he have COVID long hauler problems? And she also said, I love your channel. Thank you for saying that. Yes, he is okay. My husband got COVID in the end of 2019, and he was totally fine that month. And then starting in January, he started having problems and having like brain fog. And then it just, he spiraled down and started having all these neurological problems. And my husband was like fit. He used to be a soccer player. He was a football player, police officer, super tough, strong guy. And he got knocked down real bad by this. And long and short of it, he's been to, I don't know, probably I think he said over 90 appointments to try to get this solved, but it's such a new thing. It's hard for them to figure it out. So he is a long hauler. It has drastically changed our life. He is now, he left his job. He had to leave his job because he couldn't be a police officer anymore. He can barely even drive. Usually can talk to us like normal and things like that, but he has trouble with sometimes he has trouble with conversations, and he can't drive very well by himself. It's just a lot. It's really been hard, and God's got us through it. So it has been a roller coaster, and he is now home, and we're waiting to hear back about the disability process, which has been really hard. We're on our second round of disability, trying to get disability because he can't work, but yet you have to really prove that you can't work. So it's really kind of been a frustrating process, but God's provided. He keeps providing in these little ways, little reminders that I've got you, you're going to be fine. And I have total peace about it that God's going to provide, because I'm not working. I don't get a paycheck except for YouTube. Thank you guys, by the way. The little bit that I get on YouTube, and we run an inn, but that's not enough to carry us. So anyway, we're trusting God. It's big, and but I don't know. He's always taking care of us, and he's not going to stop now. So anyway, that is kind of the gist of what's going on with us. So Yeah, so if you think of us, I would appreciate the prayer that hopefully my husband gets disability so that we can continue on and I don't have to stop homeschooling and don't have to go to work. So yeah, and prayer for my husband's health would be wonderful. If you guys think of it, that would be wonderful. All right, we got 2 more quick questions. One more is, what is your grocery budget? I might surprise you guys, but I have no clue. My husband has always done the grocery shopping for us, and so I don't know what our grocery bill is. I don't know, and I forgot to ask him before we sat down here. I will say we do Bent and Dent shopping, which is like super cheap, and we get a ton of stuff there, which is like an Amish grocery store where like you might have some stuff is outdated, some stuff is just like bent or dented, like a can that's dented, or cereal. We get cereal boxes that are perfectly fine, but maybe, I don't know if a store had too much, or sometimes they have like a dent in the box or they're taped because they got opened, but the bag isn't actually open, you know? Anyway, and they're for like $1.50 rather than $4 at Walmart. So we do a lot of Bent and Dent shopping. That saves us a lot. And then, you know, usually Walmart, but I don't know what our cost is, so sorry. I have no idea. My husband kind of has done that, and that's kind of a nice thing because he used to just go on his way home from work, so I don't usually do that. Another question, how is BiblioPlan going this year? And it's going great, and I am really excited about it. My girls really enjoy it. It's been fun because I'm just doing my oldest, and my 2 oldest girls are doing it together, and it's been a lot. I teach them the lesson, and then it's more hands-off. When it comes to the questions, they have to answer questions kind of like a quiz, you know, and then doing the maps and stuff like that, they do it on their own because my youngest daughter isn't doing it with them, and it's been kind of nice. So that has been, I don't know, it's going well. And we're studying modern history, which is really cool because, like I've told you guys in my videos before, I never paid attention in history. So I'm kind of learning all about all these wars and all this stuff for the first time because I didn't pay attention the first time. That's me in a nutshell. So let me know in the description box any videos that you guys want me to do in the near future. I would love to hear from you guys. But this was fun. I hope you guys had fun getting to know me. Do you want to see my nails? Here they are. Aren't they pretty? I like to do this accent nail, but it's like brown and then like an orange. I think it's a pretty fall color. I like it. So anyway, don't forget to check out the description box. If you guys want to get 30% off of these nails, remember, this is like a full-size bottle, and these are really awesome. So if you guys want to check that out and get some nail polish and do your nails with me, then check out the description box below. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. I hope I didn't ramble on too much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting me. You guys are great. All right, I will see you guys next time. Bye. I'm not a coffee drinker. I like Mountain Dew, which I'm trying to stop. I drink iced tea with lemon, unsweetened iced tea with lemon every single day. And I usually wear glasses, but I just got this giant ring light, and it reflects my glasses really bad. So, but I usually wear glasses, and I have a lot of glasses.